Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of the Archery Podcast with my special guest, Grace Magnusen. Okay, Magnusen. You know I'm going to get that wrong.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
It's MG from chemistry. That's the only way I remember.
It's fine. It's fine.
So many of you don't know Grace. Grace is my best friend, okay? We pretty much grown into archery together.
Yeah, we have.
We shot high school, and then you shot last year. Was your last year shooting in high school?
Yes, and then you were shooting in the hunter class.
Yeah, women's hunter, and then now we just both moved into women's K40.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Grace since Foley, and we live like probably 2 hours away.
That is sad, I know.
And Grace, if you guys don't know Grace, she's an excellent baker. Okay, tell us more about your bakery.
Okay, well, I'm just starting to come together with it. Basically, I've always loved baking ever since I was a kid. Even now, I am going to Coastal Alabama Community College and getting a pastry degree. So I want to start as a career. But basically, I've always brought a few little treats to, like when I was still shooting S3DA, to a few little S3DA tournaments. And I just knew that it would be a good thing for me to start doing. So I love it, and I can't wait for it to expand.
Yeah, I noticed the other day you posted on Instagram, it was Bullseye Bakery.
Yes.
Now, is that something you may want to start into doing a business?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I've been working for a while for that logo. It's just I wanted it to, be serious. I didn't want to make it seem like, oh, it's just a little thing I started.
And I like how you just incorporated archery into it.
Mm-hmm.
So two of your favorite things combined into one.
Exactly. Actually, funny thing about how I got that name started. After I graduated high school at my old church, they were basically honoring all of their graduates that year, and they were giving us Bibles. Well, when I was walking off the stage, and everybody knew that I wanted to go and get a pastry degree, one of the guys said, "Oh yeah, you should have a Bullseye Bakery," and it's just stuck in my head ever since.
I love it. I know I'll be there for the grand opening when I'll be. So how long will that take you to get your degree?
I'm going to a 2-year college, so it won't take me that long. I might be a little behind because I won't be able to do so many summer classes, and because of COVID-19, I don't know how that's going to affect it, but it should be only 2 years.
That's good. I didn't know if you had to transfer off to anywhere.
Oh, no, not at all. You can just finish your degree there.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I pretty much asked everybody the same question. I'm going to ask you, a couple of days we figure out, or we pretty much find out what's going to happen for London.
Yeah.
So what's your opinion on London?
Like what, like the London, the course itself, or?
Well, since we have Corona going on.
Oh, yeah.
You think it's going to be, hey, we're just going to cancel it, or we may have to push it back till later on, or?
I honestly think they might just push it back. I don't know why. It's just like, even though Kentucky is one of the hardest courses I've ever shot in, I mean, I'm not going to tell you how hard it is.
Yeah.
Really, people still enjoy going to Kentucky because of that challenge. So I have a feeling because of how popular Kentucky really is, just probably push it back. Same thing that, happened with Fort Benning. Everybody loves that shoe.
Oh, yeah. You got to think about how many people, how many shooters you're going to have that weekend. Even though they expanded to be a 4-day shoot, you can shoot whichever one of the 2 days you can do, but still, someone was telling me that you're going to have someone who may sneeze and then touch the target to pull the arrow.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I mean, just little things you didn't really think about, and you're like, oh man, that's really gonna.
Yeah, I know. Actually, this past weekend, I just had my first 3D tournament back. We were doing it in Covington, which was very fun. But, at the same time, it was kind of like, okay, what do you do? Like,
Yeah.
do you still, hug people that you know? Do you touch the targets or touch other people's arrows? It's just really confusing right now.
Yeah. How many people did you have in your shooting group?
In my group, I shot 2 days, and one day was just for fun. But the first day, I had 2 people. But then the second day, I had hold on, I think it was at least 3 or 4, including me. So it wasn't so bad, and luckily it was all people that I knew.
Yeah.
One of them was actually Jeremy, so that was actually a good bonus. But yeah, it was still, you just don't know really.
Yeah, I mean, have they said anything about college yet? Obviously, you go to a community college, I'll be transferred to a 4-year. So have they said anything for you for the fall?
Well, I've been talking to one of my professors, and he basically told me that what they're going to do for right now, I have summer classes I'm going to be taking, is like half of the whole semester is going to be online, and then the second half will be back in school. But I'm hoping that changes because honestly, I kind of miss being inside the classroom. And there was a lot of hands-on learning, especially since I'm learning how to be a pastry chef, that I didn't get a chance to learn.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's a big problem with all these other colleges too, because a lot of it requires hands-on learning, but we don't get the time.
Yeah, so then we, majoring in elementary education, I'm still getting my few basic parts in, and then my last year in college is when you do go into the classroom and you do teach the lessons. So right now I'm still like the basics of the education.
Yeah.
Which thankfully for me, it's not like you can do it online, but they don't offer it.
Yeah, I understand that.
So, I'm just kind of I would like to know just the way I can be prepared.
Yeah, exactly. To tell you the truth though, I don't know what's gonna happen because I'm hoping that they'll let us back into the classrooms, but because, we're in those tight quarters, you never know.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of students in your classes?
This last semester I had 3 classes, and a lot of them actually composed of, like, including myself, sometimes there was like 10 people in one classroom.
So are the classes pretty big, or are they just like classroom rooms? Are they big, or are they kind of like a normal size?
They're not like, I've never been to a public school, but they're not the sizes of public schools, but they're a little smaller than that. But yeah, but it's still like a school environment.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna tell you what, it's just one of those crazy years.
You don't remind me. Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. Like, normally around this time, we would be shooting a bunch of 3D tournaments. We would start prepping. We start prepping for outdoor, which I am, but still, like, we would be prepping more and more and more, and even having a few chances for a few fun tournaments than we are right now. It is so weird not having so much archery.
I know. I think, I miss traveling. I can go in, my backyard and shoot all I want, but, it's not the same
No, it
shooting
is
with the
not.
people you're so used to shooting with.
Yeah, and also, like, you don't get the full-on woods experience, even though, like, you do have, like, I have animals in my front yard, and even I have a bag target there too, but it's not the same thing. And I learned that this past weekend when I was going to Covington. It was like, okay, hold on, I was a little rusty there. I had to relearn how to do the targets, and then also I found out my pin was messed up, so that was not fun. No, I'm not kidding. It was horrible. Like, it was raining that day, so I shoot a lens, so I had to take it off. Then I found out that the pin was loose. I mean, literally, like, one shot, my shot would be off to the left, my next shot would be off to the right because the pin was, moving.
That's so crazy.
I know, right? I didn't even realize it until then. And now I have a new pin ordered and I'm going to put that in. But it's still like, oh my gosh, what the heck happened?
I know I told you about my archery trouble.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And also told you about my bow trouble too. So
Yeah, so I'm just so thankfully, thankful for quarantine at this point for archery, for just like things we can work on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I actually spent the past few months working on my form. I'm working on my grip. I'm making sure that my bubble in my sight stays in. I make sure I don't drop when I release the shot. And I made a bunch of improvements, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I think that's mainly what I've been working on. I'll either go out there like 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning, just blind bailing about 50 to 100 arrows. Just because, I mean, well, you don't know when the next 3D tournament is.
No, I know.
So, like, I mean, I haven't even put those up yet. So I was like, I might as well just blind belt. And I started getting ready for, I'm actually going to Gator Cup in November.
I actually am planning on going to Gator Cup too. I actually love outdoor. That's one of my all-time favorite things to shoot.
Well, this will be my second outdoor tournament. I know this summer, remember Alabama State Games?
I think I remember that, yeah.
Okay, so they actually made an outdoor tournament. It was supposed to be the weekend of my birthday, which was June like 6th, 7th.
Yeah.
It was like a Saturday, Sunday thing. And then, they ended up pushing it back to the weekend of Coleman.
Oh, no.
And I was like, man, if Coleman gets canceled, I'll go shoot, outdoor because, I mean, why not?
Yeah, honestly, why not?
Because, I mean, it'll give me practice for Gator Cup.
Yeah, I understand that. But, yeah, I don't know. I've shot, the Gator Cup will probably be my 4th or 5th outdoor tournament because when I was doing S3DA, I was shooting the outdoor tournaments too, which was a lot of fun.
The other day, I was like scrolling through like the old photos from S3DA, and I remember that tournament. It was you, me, Phoenix, and a couple other people we were shooting in. It was at the old archery shop in Atmore.
Oh yeah, I remember that indoor shoot when it was so closed in. Oh my gosh, yes.
And we tied the same score.
And then we had to go to
amount of X.
down. Yeah, exactly. And that wasn't the first time I went into a shoot down, actually.
We always go into the shoot downs, whether it's for indoor or 3D.
I know, yeah. And actually, come to think of it, we're still tied. You won the indoor, I won the 3D. So yeah, we're still tied there.
I can't believe you're keeping up. I haven't even kept up.
I swear, I just remembered that. That just popped into my head. I was like, oh wait, hold on. Did we ever like see who won over who right now? I was like, wait, hold on. Did we do that?
Watch that happen at Gator Cup.
Oh my gosh, yes. I remember one time, my first time shooting the outdoor national. Me and Phoenix tied for a couple shots. Yeah, I'm not kidding. We tied there for a while until finally I won one round. I was like, oh, good grief. How long am I going to tie?
So, in archery, on Sundays, that's obviously our church day. Mm-hmm. We go for a day of rest. But when we're on the road, we're not able to physically be in church.
Yeah.
So what do you do to get your time in with the Lord?
What I've basically done anytime, even when my family has traveled on Sunday, luckily our churches are able to set up their stuff online, so we watch our church live. So that is unseen. But I will say it does make us feel sad when we can't go to church on Sundays.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish they would just change the schedule, but at the same time I look at it, there is no other possible way that all these people that come to shoot on Saturdays and Sundays could make it on any other day.
Yeah. I think for me, always, on Sundays, I always, read a couple Bible verses. But, I look up what are some Bible verses that will prepare me that weekend.
Yeah.
Like patience, kindness. Pretty much having a positive attitude.
Oh, definitely.
I just write out some verses I think that'll help me out that weekend, and I'll just pray over them.
Yeah.
Then, go home after the shoot, and you just kind of pray, read over it. Just really, just listen to some worship music.
Yeah, that's what I usually do. Sometimes when I'm practicing out in the yard, I play music all the time. I play a few worship songs when I really just feel like I'm stuck on something. And I even, before COVID-19 started, when indoor season was still going on, I started reading some mental management books because that's the thing that's always gotten me. It's the mental stuff. And, archery is 90% mental. So that's what's always gotten me. So when I started reading that, I started remembering things. I even started like praying more. I just really started focusing on God and really what's going on in my head.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, I mean, archery is so mental, and
Mm-hmm.
we got to remain positive throughout
Yeah.
because, you know, if we make one bad shot because, like, I mean, let's just say, for instance, you were able to see, like, you know, like you got a whole bunch of arrows grouped up in the 10, and then, you know, one of them hits a knock and it just drops you down to an 8.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do about
Yeah.
that. I mean, you and me have both had those many times before. There's nothing you can do about that. But yeah, I've just met so many people sometimes on the range, people that are in high school, middle school, or even adults alike that, you know, can be so down on themselves and so negative. And even if they shoot like probably a higher score, a perfect score sometimes, they just still are like, I didn't get enough 12s. I didn't get enough points. I'm like, are you kidding me? You shot awesome. You did really well. There's no need to be down on yourself. Just set a goal for next time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's crazy how negative people can be sometimes.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it definitely can wear off on other people, especially
Mm-hmm.
like when they're shooting and they're having, you know, such a good day, but they're probably not used to being in that mental zone.
No. I will say this, after a few years of doing this, I will say the mental stress of everything has grown a little more each year because there's so much. Like, you learn something new, then you have to worry about that, or you are in a new category, new position. You're just new at something else, and the mental just gets on you. So it's weighed me down so many times where I just have to remember to take a deep breath and remember that I'm doing okay.
You know, definitely. And I think along with mentally, it's just if you rush a shot, like, you know, when I'm outside shooting, I'll shoot 10 arrows and I'll go back, pull, and then just do it over again. And I have to
Yeah,
remind myself to take like a minute break, like every 3 arrows, just so I can make sure like I'm retaining the information. Like I am pulling throughout the trigger. You know, I'm not snatching. I'm not doing any of that. Just focusing one step at a time.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, with me, it's just I've got to make sure that like every time I get up here, I don't rush when I release and my arm just drops, because when your arm drops before the arrow hits hits a target, it will come down with it sometimes.
And if you think of all of it, you know, but like I just saw this now. Like we think about how we focus on our mental game, we focus on God. Like,
Yeah,
you know, we want to make sure everything, like every shot is so perfect, like where the arrow is going to land. Well, that's how it is, you know, with God. Oh, let's just say you drop your arm, for instance.
yeah.
And then, you know, for an example, let's just say the devil, you know, that's kind of like how the devil's trying to pull you away from keeping that straight path.
Exactly. I've experienced that more and more lately. I just feel like, you know, sometimes when you have everything just right, there's always just one little thing that tries to take you away from it. But it is our job to remember, no, the Lord is with us and we can just move past it.
Yeah. So, like, you said you listen to worship music out there when
Yeah.
you're shooting. What is your favorite song you love
I've,
to?
I've got a couple, but I will say I'll give you two. One of my favorites is "I Can Only Imagine" by Mercy Me, and then there's another one. I forgot the guy's name, but it's called "I Still Believe."
Jeremy Camp.
That's it. Yeah, I
I
really
haven't,
love
you
this.
know, he came out with a movie in March.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I have seen the movie "I Can Only Imagine." It is so good.
I recommend it. You know, it's a tearjerker. I'm gonna give
Mm-hmm.
you a little funny story.
What?
Me and my sister and our youth group decided to go see the movie. So my sister's sitting next to me, and this older lady sitting next to me. So I'm a huge tearjerker when it comes to like just these movies because it's just so
I
opening.
know, right? I mean, I swear, it's like any other movie, even a sappy one. Like, I don't really cry, but these Christian movies, though, I just cry. I bawl my eyes out.
And the older lady next to me, she's like, and I'm crying like heavy, bad. And the older lady next to me, she's like, "It's just only a movie. It's only a movie." I'm like, "You don't understand. I'm a tearjerker. Like, just
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry if I'm a little too loud, but I'm crying
I
tears of joy
understand.
right now."
I understand. Yeah, I totally understand. It's like, oh, good grief, why? It's
And
so good.
the I Still Believe movie, I was gonna go see it one day, and then plans change, and then movie theater shuts down.
I know. But I did hear, though, that they did something online now where movies that are supposed to be out in theaters right now, you can buy and watch them. So that way you don't
Yeah,
have to go.
right now I know it's out on Amazon Prime.
I'll have to remember that, actually, because I have Amazon.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to pay for it. I want to I was thinking it's gonna be like on Prime where I can watch it for free.
No, I know. That just happens.
And I know I'm just, oh,
I know. But here's actually the crazy part. I've been thinking more and more as we're starting to get back to normal life. It's like we have all gotten so used to staying at home, like ordering stuff online or even just ordering takeout instead of going to restaurants. Like all those other people too, are they going to be able to function like they used to?
yeah.
It's like, are we going to be able to function properly?
And I think good. It's good right now that they're wanting to open the economy back, which I totally agree. The economy
I agree
needs to be
too.
back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been really bad lately, and now that it's slowly starting to reopen again, it is coming back up. But that is important because a lot of people's money's at stake and everything.
And a lot of people are losing jobs. And
Yeah,
there is people that do want to go back to work.
yeah.
And
Actually, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
it's okay. And I'm happy that you want to go back to work because
Mm,
that's how we can all function together to build a stronger economy.
exactly. Yeah, and actually, but I did hear. I don't know exactly where, but I did hear that a lot of businesses during the big COVID-19 break area, they fired a lot of their employees and they were able to file for unemployment a lot more. And now that businesses are starting to slowly back up, like I went to the Tanger Outlet Mall around where I live near Foley, and I saw so many businesses having help wanted signs on them, and they still weren't open.
I
So
mean,
now
it's
that is
sad.
biting them.
Like I saw where JCPenney's was starting to close a lot of their stores down.
Yeah. Yeah, Old Navy, like in the Tanger Alley Mall, it has not opened back up yet. I mean, a lot of stores that you would have thought were popular, they're not really opening back up yet.
And it's sad because you got schools starting back up. Summer is slowly coming up. So you're hoping, oh, maybe like people want to go buy their summer outfits or their school outfits. So hopefully that will kind of push it forward. More people want to go shopping there.
Now, I'm not saying they aren't shopping. There are still a lot of people shopping. They're just wearing masks at the same time.
Yeah, my mom, she goes out every Tuesday. She goes out to Walmart and she wears her mask and like the gloves and everything. I'm like, you do you, cause I don't think it's a mask. I think just wearing the mask, like breathing wise, will kind of bother me because I'm not used to wearing something like that,
No,
and
I
especially
can't.
since it's so hot.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I cannot do that. But I will say, when I go out to stores and stuff like that, when I'm inside, I don't touch my face or anything. And then when I come back into the car, there is hand sanitizer in there, and I just use that really quick.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty much my only major precautions I take. Other than that, I really think it is not a big threat anymore. It's just that there are still a lot of places that aren't taking so many precautions, and there's still a lot more cases.
Yeah, I'm happy that people, like especially restaurants, are being more precautious now,
Yeah, definitely.
and I'm happy to see stores are wanting to do 50%, especially churches. Churches are starting to open up again.
Yes, that is good. Yeah. But yeah, I'm still so happy that my church that I go to, Three Circle, they are still doing online sermons and they still have worship. It's just that they are not always in the church, but they are still having their sermons, which is awesome.
I know my church, they're like, we're still going to do online service, but we're going to do 2 morning services. One's at 9 and then one's at 11.
Oh,
So
well,
the 9
that's
o'clock
awesome.
one is for like older people, and then the 11 o'clock one is for people like you and me to go.
Well, that is good. I'm glad to hear that.
And I was really, and plus it's a smaller church.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of makes a difference too compared to like a big church.
I agree. Yes. My church is not like super big, but it is not small either. So it's like kind of in the middle.
Yeah. So I know your mom brings all these snacks on the range. Out of all the snacks she brings, what is your favorite snack?
Probably the steak. And yes, y'all, I do bring steak sometimes. And hot dogs. Not really that much hot dogs, but sausage and hamburgers and pickled okra and fruit.
What'd you say?
Pickled okra?
Oh, I thought you said something about pickles. I was like,
Well, I do bring pickles, pickled okra.
oh, pickled okra. Okay.
Yes, I know. I know. Yeah, it's just that I've never really been like, the biggest eater of those like snacks. And also, I can't eat dairy or gluten. So a lot of those snacks that like you would eat, like the crackers and stuff like that, I can't eat. Also, I'm a big meat eater, so I needed a lot of protein.
Yeah, I think, especially being on the range, I'm so used to eating those peanut butter crackers.
Mm-hmm.
Because, peanut butter has protein in it. So it's in the
You
meat.
get a form of protein.
Yeah, so So it's not like I'm eating like a candy bar or something where I'm actually like making it worse for my body.
Now, I have seen a lot of people though eat a lot of sugar on the range, and I just can't shoot with sugar.
I can't.
Yeah. You will not believe I have a friend who says that she shoots better when drinking coffee. Yeah, she does better with caffeine in her system. I'm like, are you kidding me? I would shake.
I know.
And I actually know from experience with the sugar and stuff like that, because one time I was shooting in a fun indoor tournament, and I made the mistake of drinking a Pepsi while I was shooting. Yes, a Pepsi. I still was able to shoot great, but I fought the shakes the whole night. Like, I was just going like this the whole time. I wasn't even stressed out.
So what other big tournaments do you got planned? Let's just say for next year, tournaments are going to keep going.
Well, let's see. Next year, I want to go to Vegas. I would like to go to Lancaster. Definitely, I'm going to the NFAA National. I was so sad when that got canceled because I was preparing for a while for that. And let's see. Of course, I'm going to be doing the ASA tournaments and Gator Cup again. But there's also some other cool, fun tournaments around the country. Some are outdoor, some are even 3D that I would really like to do. Really, honestly, I'm open to all of them, really. But I will say, as for ASAs, I don't know if I'll do Kentucky next year. I might do it this year because, it'll probably be one of the only ones that are open. But definitely I'll do all the ones in Alabama and maybe in Paris, Texas.
Yeah, I really hope they just keep the same schedule as I had for this year. Because I think that'll just work out.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, I'm just hoping that none of the tournaments are being pushed back. I mean, I heard that the JOAD stuff, that outdoor stuff, that was pushed back. I wanted to do some of that. So I am just hoping that nothing else is canceled.
Yeah, I hope so too. Since you and me live in Alabama, and we have pretty high cases.
Yeah, I know.
So what do you think? What's your kind of guess if we still, for Coleman and Fort Benning?
Like, what will the tournaments be like?
Well, how do you think? Well, not really how the tournaments are going to be like, but do you think we'll still have them, or, with it being so many high cases?
Honestly, I have no clue. The thing is that if they cancel both of those tournaments, pretty much there will be no chance for ASA Shooter of the Year in any of the categories. So that's, on a business standpoint, it's not good. But as a health thing, if the cases right now were really like they were in the beginning of this whole thing, like remember they were like really, really bad, I would honestly say yes, they would cancel them. But right now, since it's so iffy right now, it's hard to tell. I'm hoping they don't cancel it, but if it ever comes down to like a person's health over a shooter of the year, I would honestly go with the health.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that is just gonna depend on like what's gonna happen in these next few months.
Yeah, I hope the heat like at least starts to wear off on it.
Yeah, exactly. And since Alabama is like a very humid state and everything, it should probably go away for us.
Yeah, I hope so. And I hope a lot of people are like I would say, pretty much just social distance. Just practicing, good hygiene, because
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the only way we can all make it through this pandemic.
Oh my gosh, yes. But yeah, like I said, I keep sanitizer in my car, so every time you leave a place, get some sanitizer on.
I know, I'm always like, I have like 2 bottles in there just in case if like one runs out. So I'm always.
You never know, honestly. You'll never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, still, I hope that the social distancing won't last forever, because I'm a very social person. And when I go up to someone I know, I'm a hugger. So it is hard not to hug somebody.
Man, I hope it wears off though. I really do.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, it would be better for all of us. Like, we can be social again, and we can actually do a lot of the tournaments that we used to do. And we would know.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
I know. I was thankful to see all these people, come out to Compton County, this weekend. I know you did a little fundraiser. How much money did you raise? That was just one of those thoughtful things you did.
Yeah, thanks. I don't exactly remember how much they were telling us. It was almost 200 and something, I think. 200 something dollars. I was really happy that everybody was coming out and they were giving off nice donations for that. And I hope that helps him.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's something so selfless for you to do.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just that I felt like, I make really good treats. I really do. And in this case, it's just that I knew that he needed money more than I did. So I wanted to do something sweet for him. And I know him really well. He's such a nice guy. He was always been friendly. And hearing that he is so sick like that, that really hurt.
Yeah, he's always such a nice, someone so wonderful to talk to at these local tournaments, and we are praying for him to get better.
Yeah, amen with that.
And I know along with your bakery, you do these little Facebook videos.
Yeah, I need to start actually doing those again. The thing is that when people I were doing them for, they only wanted me to do at least 4, so that's why I haven't done that many in a while. So I need to start picking those up again. But that was so much fun, actually.
Do you think you'll make like a YouTube channel for it?
I've been tempted to. I've been thinking maybe incorporating both baking and archery to it. Like, one week I discuss baking, like maybe pies or something. And then the next week I talk about something with archery, like maybe something with the form, something with the grip or something like that. Just combining both of them. So that way people get a full-on experience of both baking and archery.
Well, I will be watching. And I'll also be a taste tester too if you want me to.
I know. Actually, a buddy of mine, Jason Vincent, he wants me to send him basically a care package almost, full of this bread that he tried at the shoot that he loves. He wants me to send him some.
Man, I miss everybody. I miss Mr. Jason Vincent. I miss, your mom and dad and Bonnie.
Yeah. Oh, Bonnie, she's doing just fine, especially with her 3 legs. She's doing just fine. Oh, by the way, we have a cat.
Y'all got a cat now?
Well, let me explain. It was my Aunt Stacy's cat. She doesn't really have the place to take care of him, so she gave him to us. Now he's basically our cat. And he's actually acts like a dog, so it's basically having a smaller version, a very, very smaller version of Bonnie.
That's funny.
Yeah, his name's Louie.
Oh, I know a couple of days ago, we take our dog fishing, little Scruffy, and
Remember Scruffy.
and he loves fishing. And so whenever we when one of us catch a fish, he will run to the other side of the lake and will try to bite the fish. And
No, he's just saying my fish.
oh yeah, and he will like jump in the lake, which is so funny, to get the fish.
Aww.
And he's something else. I don't know what to do without him.
I know. Same with Bonnie. She's just a big mush ball.
So before we end this podcast, do you have anything else you would like to add on?
Well, let's see. During this COVID-19, like I said, I've been working on my form and everything, but also I've been doing a few online tournaments, so I have been able to keep up with practice. But it's not the same, I will say. I do miss, the interaction with people, but most of all is that when you're in these tournaments, even these local ones, it gives you practice for the national tournaments that you are shooting for. So honestly, the best thing I could say is that you need to keep your mind sharp, keep it in check, and make sure that you keep up on everything with archery, especially your mental game. And if you're having problems with your mental game, you need to either take the time and research what is the best way for you to deal with it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, but also just remember, have fun. You got into the sport because you enjoyed it. Remember that you still enjoy it. And if there is anything new at all, you should try it. And even though it may be a little scary at first, like a new tournament, just go in there, get the experience, and enjoy yourself.
Man, that is some great words of advice, especially having fun. Because that's what a lot of us have problems with, especially when you get so competitive.
Yeah, I mean,
and you have that mindset.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I still have that problem to this day, but at the end of the day, I just still try to remember, okay, I got into the sport because I enjoy it. I still do the sport because I enjoy it, and I want to see myself go far in it. So that's the main things I've got to remember.
Man, well, Grace, thank you so much for joining the Archery Podcast, episode 5. My name is Heather Strickland, and I'll also be adding Grace's Instagram in the bio, and I'll also put in her YouTube channel link when she will have one.
All right, I need to start working on that then, and thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed this.
Thank you, and I'll always have you back on, and I can't wait to see you back at the next, it's probably going to be a local tournament.
Probably, yeah. I think there's a few more coming up, so we'll probably see each other there soon.
Definitely. Well, thank you guys for joining tonight.